So just for my review of kind of what I did last week, this is a separate video. It's not attached to the other video that I posted. But basically what I did last week was drip painting with students, and it actually went really well. Most of the focus was a high scope, so the students were allowed to do whatever they want in their own creative way, no help from the teacher whatsoever. The only they were allowed to mix colors, all that fun stuff, and the only thing the teachers really did is they joined them just so the students didn't feel very alone in the activity, for those that were also there during this activity. I in fact did one myself, and it was really fun. I will have to say it was pretty messy because the paint obviously wasn't dry and it was very watery. I don't know exactly what paint she used. I think it was diluted with water or something, so the paint wasn't very thick. It was very watery, but all in all it went really well. Excuse me. Excuse the shake. One thing I think I definitely need to work on, probably just how I executed the activity this time. It was a little, I wouldn't say hectic, but it was definitely, it could have used a little more organization. Just a little, not too much. Things could have been tweaked. Luckily, the teacher had all the supplies that I needed, so I didn't have to buy any. The students had a great time. Actually, one girl, she told me that she was making a heart for her mom, and I thought that was really cool. Another thing I noticed was the students actually, we had a very awesome a teaching moment where one of the students realized we didn't have the color green, so they took matters into their own hands and they made the color by mixing blue and yellow, and they made green, and one of them actually said, look Amanda, I made green. And I asked them, I asked them, oh, what colors did you use? And they told me that they used blue and yellow, and they pointed it out to me. And I even asked them, I said, oh, well, what happens if we didn't have purple? What colors would we use? And one of the other students told me that they would use red and blue to make purple. So it was, all in all, it was a really good activity. The students also worked on their fine motor skills because they were using droppers, so they were practicing on pinching. I noticed some of them, I think, were a little behind on that because instead of pinching from the top, some of them were actually squeezing at the bottom. So when they asked for assistance, because again, this was high scope, this was a high scope type activity, sometimes I would have to guide them into, oh, you have to squeeze from the top instead of the bottom so the paint can come out. But all in all, it was a really great experience. The teachers loved it, I loved it, and the students enjoyed it. And I can't wait to do this week's.